Hello, beautifuls. How are you guys doing? I was not expecting to do a live. I didn't even think I would have the energy to. And we're here. So I am just going live. I'm going to go get my lighter though, so I can scent and smudge the space. One sec. Okay. Coming. Give me a second. Hello, hello. Hi, everyone. How's everyone feeling? I just had to get my lighter because I'm going to smudge a little bit, give some good vibes, give some lavender. Beautiful. Hey, Gail. How's it going? So excited for today. So pumped. Okay, so let me just make sure this is up. So I hope you guys are doing well. Hey, Julie. Hello, Steph. Amazing. I'm so happy that you felt connected to my video. Darren, hello. Happy Winter Solstice, everyone. How is everyone feeling? I hope you guys are feeling good. It's funny because I felt energetically pulled to do this, and I was like, maybe not today. But now I'm like, today, we're doing it. So I'm going to be doing a card reading, and I felt called because I posted on my Instagram on 3 things to do for this winter solstice out of the video. And I felt, you know what, I'm going to also do this because I just feel like there's some things that I feel are channeled. And I wanted to hang out with you guys. You guys really enjoy the 12 Days of Consciousness, which, by the way, if you don't have access to it, I have made it into a mini course. So anyone who feels called, because there's so much information there, so many codes, even myself rewatching it, I was like, wow, channel through. So if you are interested in that information's down below. But I'm really excited. I used to run for 42 minutes, 45 miles. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, same. I was obsessed with running. If you guys are wondering, it's my video that I posted on how to manifest weight loss. I had a really unhealthy relationship with that. But anyways, if you guys are interested in that or you resonate with that, with what Stefan is sharing or what I'm sharing here, you can check out that video. Let's get it. I love it. I love you guys so much. You're so amazing. Thank you for following my intuition. 100%. Yeah, it was so funny. Like, I went to my kitchen. I'm like, I'm just going to do something else. And Spruce, like, knock, knock. There's this girl I follow on Instagram because I love her on TikTok. And she does this like kind of dialogue of spirit and her, and she's so good at it. And there's this part where her angel's always like looking at her and seeing what she's doing. And I love it so much. So yeah, it kind of gave me that moment where I was just like, spirit was like on my chair being like, so are you gonna do the reading or are you not gonna do it? Because we need to get, people are waiting. When I say this stream came right on time, it literally was searching for videos. Amazing. I love that. Hey Samir, I love that. Okay, so you guys know, let's get into it. I might do a transmission because this is like the peak time of winter solstice right now. Around this time. So this is amazing. And I just love it. I love your energy. You guys are amazing. I was going to ask if this was scheduled. No, it was not. It was just so sporadic. Like, we're doing it. Whoever's online gets to be online and we're doing the thing. So we're doing the thing. And I was so excited. Okay, so let's get into it, but I want to hold and open the field. So we're just going to call in guides, angels, guardians to come into the space during this winter solstice to give us guidance during this time and to honor and to hold space for us. Let us channel through any messages that are meant for our community as they are guided throughout this beautiful channel and portal. We thank you for your guidance and truths. We welcome all through into the space. Any ancestors that feel called to come into the space, please feel free to channel through me. We thank you. Calling in all 4 directions, the north, south, east, and west. Thank you so much for being here, giving us the guidance. Calling all 4 elements, the fire, air, water, and earth. Thank you for all of your guidance in this space. Aho, and all your relations. Ooh, feeling it already. I haven't even started. You guys are so beautiful. Okay, so This is how it works. I just pull in the cards. It doesn't matter when you watch this. It tunes in. Let me just activate channeling. Okay. So it's funny. I felt called to put pyrite by my laptop today. Never do. And I've been getting a lot of people asking me money intentions. So I definitely feel like something along those lines is going to come out today. But let's get into it. So what does this winter solace have for us? Winter solace. What messages do we have, Spirit, for the winter solace? One more. Oh, thank you, Spirit. Okay, so let's start with these cards and see what's coming in. The Fates, Peace, Love Heart, Flexibility. So I mentioned I have a video, guys, on what 3 things to do for the winter solace. So if you haven't watched that video, I kind of do some cards, but this is going to be more thorough. It's on the day, so there's going to be more messages. There are already some cards that I'm seeing that are in connection of that, but I'm going to go even deeper onto it. My sun and my rising. My sun is Scorpio. My moon is Leo, and my rising is Capricorn, for anyone wondering. So the first thing is fates. So I definitely feel like things are changing. So we just had like what an intense energy. If anyone is feeling intense, please let me know with the thunderbolt emoji in the comment section. So it seems like right now there's these fates, and I've been sharing this a little bit on my Instagram story, but I'm going to share it here because it's recorded, is that it seems like everything is changing and we can't really put the brake on it right now. So things that were not fully aligned are even more unaligned right now. It feels so intense, so overwhelmed. It almost feels like we don't know what to do, but we just know something big is coming. So there are big fates that are coming in. We have the 1 and the 7. So 1 is new beginning, 7 is the direct ascension of source of guardians. So being aware of what guides you are feeling resonant, even looking at the big archangel Michael, if you're looking at Isis, if you're looking at Sekhmet comes in, any goddesses or any beings that you've been really connected with, even spirit animals, tuning into those signs because they're teaching you the fates of what's coming up next. And I want to read this one because there's one specific part that I feel you guys are going to be like, okay, Shika, I see what you mean. So fate, karma, acceptance of there is things you cannot change and knowing that those are the things that they are. So knowing that right now, it's not about what could I have changed to make this much easier, to make my healing easier, to make where I am easier. It's not about that. It's tuning in and seeing, okay, what can I do in this present moment to tune into it? So why I said finances came up before I even pulled out the cards is because I'm seeing a pattern of a lot of people being scared of scarcity. And during this time, as Venus is in retrograde, it's about love. So I see a lot of Venus in these cards. It's about love. It's about finances. And it's also telling us here that, are we spending our finances responsibly, right? Because in this Venus time, in this time of the winter solstice, and like I'm adding everything here, and then also with our full moon that just passed, we're really being tuned into, we can't change things, but what can we start changing today? I always tell people the new year isn't on the 1st of January. The new year is in seasons. It's seasonal. There's new changes that come, and there are some things that you guys are still beating yourself down of wanting to change. And you might feel during this winter solstice today, this guilt and sadness that is triggered. And again, the spirit's not here to do things against you. We're always working with you. That's one thing that they're sharing. But you need to stop holding on to this resentment, holding on to this, like, if only, okay? If we focus on everything we don't want, we receive it. That's simple as it. If we complain to it, we receive it. And it's okay to have our human experience. As I talked about the 12 days of consciousness in that program, I talked about the fact that it's okay that we have that, but we have to let go. We have to detach from that. Okay. So I really, really think this is such a big message. The second thing is peace. Okay. So with peace, it's really saying, what can I bring into like settling? So now that we figured out that I can't focus on the things that I wish I can change, but I can focus on the things that I can change. Yes, it will be saved 100%. Things might hit different tomorrow, you know, focusing on peace within yourself. So, what has been something that has been really not sitting with you well? Is there someone that you need to talk to, maybe after this winter solstice? Is there someone that emotionally did not respect your boundaries? And you're starting to notice that. You know, this is a very social time. We're getting into holiday season. So people are getting invited to things more. Some of us, based on the restrictions of everything going on in the world, we're finding out that we're like, oh, wait, I can't go and hang out with my family. I'm having a more grieving time. And for anyone who's feeling that, I see you, I feel you. This time is not always happy for all of us. I like to explain this time for a lot of adults or adult self is that, or even just any self, is that it's a time that we reminisce for the things we miss. And it's okay to miss things, but we have to also allow ourselves not to attach to it because it changed from a seasonal emotion to a continuous eternal emotion that we attach ourselves to. So, really holding space for that, really tuning into the peace in yourself. And I want to read a little bit on this for you guys. Okay. So we have 2 and 3 action. 3 is direct angels. Okay. So keep that in mind. Freedom from attachment and radical acceptance. What did I say? Exactly that. The way to peace is through radical acceptance. Everything in your world is exactly as it should be. Harmony is beautiful and enjoy it. So instead of focusing again on the fates that aren't for you, the things that are changing, the things that are shedding, the things that are not working out, you know, there was something that happened the other week that I was meant to go down south for a training for something, and it didn't work out the way I wanted it to because of everything going on in the world. I'm in Canada, so-called Canada. And it's just this place that like the energy is so intense. And I know everyone has different situations. We're all going through this together. This is why I'm so grateful for this community because a lot of you guys have shared that Shika, I don't have someone to talk about with this. And this is really my time, my me time. And it makes me happy because it is for me too when I do these. So understanding that, you know, things we have to accept that things will not work out and some manifestations won't work out. And I think that's something that not every maybe spiritual person on YouTube talks about, but the purpose of them not working out just means that we are not an energetic match for that at that time. And we might not be an energetic match for it at all because it's not meant for us. There's something better for us out there. And we need to be at peace with that. So if you've been manifesting something for a very long time and it still hasn't come, there's 2 things. You're either attaching to the fates that's not yours, or you need to find peace in yourself and understand that maybe now is not the time because you're not in a match of the money that you want to bring in. You're not in a match of that loving energy because right now, during the winter solstice, you're hibernating, you're going inwards. That's why I mentioned on my Instagram, I said this is a great time to look at your moon sign. So look at your moon sign. What is your moon sign? And see what are the things when your moon sign is not aligned, what happens? Does it get emotional? Does it become a perfectionist? Does it work a lot? What are the things that your moon sign does during this time that it really tries to move itself out when it's not aligned? Okay, so it's all about detachment. And it's almost like we're getting a second chance. So we had the full moon, we released and let go for the new season. I know a lot of you guys have been saying that that meditation was very powerful. If you haven't done it, it's not too late. You can still do it today for the winter solstice. I posted an energy healing and a light language transmission for you guys. So go check that out on my channel. But if you feel that, just allowing yourself to listen to your body and say, okay, there's something that I'm attaching to and I need to step away from it. Okay. I love how so many of you guys are here. Hello. If you just jumped on, say hi. 444. There's 44 of us. Ooh, I love it. So, loyal heart. There are 3 messages I'm receiving for this. But I want to read this for you guys first before we get into it, because there's a lot. I'm going to stand a lot of time on this. Fidelity, loyalty, and devotion. Evidence of loyalty will appear in your life. Others will prove they are faithful to you, and you will be in turn to commit to fully to them. Of course, that is a choice. There is a sure and abiding certainty to your heart, knowing that Spirit is always loyal to you. And no matter the outer circumstances in your life, trust and have faith that you are eternally loved and always divinely protected and divinely directed. So, hey, Chris. I'm going to share some deep medicine. I feel like I'm the best friend that's just like, we're going to have some tea and we're going to chat. We're just going to be honest here. So winter solstice is going to bring some deep emotions, and some of you are going to notice that the relationship that you are in does not make you happy. And it's going to be something that person can't do anything to help and support you. You got to be honest with yourself. Not be shameful, not put that shame in the fates that maybe this relationship is not meant for you, because you have changed. And that's okay. When we change, so does our manifestations, so do our relationships, and so do what we want in our life. And that just means you're making room for something higher vibrational. There's group 2 during the winter solstice, where this loyal heart comes in. Are you devoting yourself to yourself? I had this conversation with one of my mentees. You already know who you are if you're on here or if you're going to watch this. We had this conversation, and they were saying that, Shika, I'm really ready to devote. I've been spending 4 months with this beautiful soul in my conscious breakthrough. And it's gotten to a point that I was like, okay, so how do you feel? How do you feel that you've been in this 4 months? They're like, well, I feel great, but I feel like I haven't really dedicated myself to myself. And I was like, yeah, I can only bring you as far as you're willing to. Any mentor, no matter who the best mentor healer, Deepak Chopra, any person that you think of, if they were to say, I'm going to support you, I'm going to heal you, I'm going to help you out, they can help you unless you're loyal to your heart. And right now we're being tested on our heart. Are we going to turn back because the fates have given us something that we didn't want? Or are we going to take that medicine and say, hey, look, this medicine's for me and I'm here to honor it. And I know my heart will bring me as far as I need to eternally, no matter what it is. Okay? So hold that space. Hold that space right there. Are you being loyal? Are you devoting yourself to the changes you want as the changes are starting to unravel? And maybe you're not seeing the destination just yet, but who cares? It's a door opening you to a door, to a door, to a door. Stop focusing so much on the attachment of what you're trying to attract. That's not how manifestation works. That's not how change works. The alignment of what matches all comes down from us tuning into our heart. So during this winter solstice, listen to your heart. Maybe make some sacred cacao today. I ran out today, but I'm going to order some today. Have some sacred cacao, put some milk alternatives, so coconut milk, almond milk, cashew milk, whatever feels good to you, sprinkle of cinnamon, and a natural sweetener like honey and maple syrup. Hold your cacao and tune into your heart and ask whatever the cacao, speak that into the cacao and drink it. It's going to really help you. It's going to help your heart. It's great for the health of the heart. It's also going to open you up to some deeper truths throughout this week. Okay. Then we got group 3. I'm reading your comments. Coming to the end at the moment, I'm currently at 4 a.m. and second here in the tropical of Queensland. Oh, so nice to see you. I've been seeing you a lot, Courtney. It's great to see you. Happy winter solstice. And I hope you have a beautiful sleep during this night and have beautiful messages that come through for you. So the loyal heart number 3, third group. You are the twin flames. You are the ones that have found your soulmate. You know which person is coming into your life. Now, you are either in this position that you are holding space where you are with this person and you're being tested. Am I being devoted? Am I just following my heart? Am I trusting that the process of this relationship? Or 2, you're obsessing so much of the intensity of the emotions of what that person's going through for your twin flame, and you're taking that on. Now, the twin flame journey is so beautiful because during the month, it's really teaching you both to shed what no longer serves you as an individual. But those 2 individual energies affect you both as a mirror. So during this twin flame moment, this is a moment that you can learn, what is something that's going to help our soul come closer together, whether it is that we're meant to be together in this lifetime, or we're simply just meant to help each other release karma, because that's what twin flames are. It's releasing the heart karma. It's allowing you to follow your heart, no matter how much your other soulmate, your twin flame, whatever person that is giving you love in your life, is allowing yourself to open and unleash that. And it doesn't make sense. You're like, what, Shika? Like, you're telling me that I got to unleash, let go of my twin flame for a bit, work on myself, but I love them so much. I care about them. I miss them. That's okay. That's a human experience. But are you allowing yourself to miss them so much that you're not letting yourself tune into the loyal heart? There's a part here that I'm going to read because I think it's going to really, really hit home for you guys. Your partnerships, friendships, and romantic relationships all have many qualities in common right now. Honest devotion, faithfulness, and loyal heart are being shown to you. Are you loyal in return? Now is the time, is the heartfelt commitment and trusting in divine protection. And this goes back to group one. If you are that person that you do not feel like that person is supporting you, you are on the verge of, maybe not being loyal, or maybe you've already not been loyal. You got to be truthful to yourself. Holding secrets in our body can be so exhausting after a while. And it eats off of us as much as it eats off that other person's energy. So call into yourself. Is there something you're unhappy about? Are you truly in love with this person? Are you truly caring about this person? And if not, it's a space that you have to have that discussion after the winter solstice, of course, but before this year. Before the end of the year, it is your time to do that. No one else, just your decision. I'm reading your comments, guys. What today is important on Trinity. Yeah, I love it. Remarkable. Thanks, Jen. Funny, because I think I've met my twin flame after getting back with them after years of being apart. Yeah, and maybe that years apart is what you needed. And now you're realizing you need to tune into the winter solstice. And if this is resonating with you, what are some things, honestly, you can be grateful for? What are some things in this relationship, whether it's your twin flame, your soulmate, or someone that you really care about? It can be just platonic as well. What are they providing to you? And on a collective level, this winter solstice is all about our hearts as a unity. In the space of that, there is a lot of restriction in what we want to get done because of the events and the protocols that are happening in this world. And it's asking us to be like, even if people have a different perspective, even if people change, even if people don't see your consciousness and where you are on your journey as we are conscious beings, are you still willing to love them? We need to be able to love the people that also have not seen eye to eye. That's been something that has been really big and something that I've been holding and honoring in ceremony for a while. For you guys, everyone. It's for the people that have family members, loved ones that maybe don't lead with their heart, but they're family, right? Or even our strangers or people we don't know. So ask yourself, how can I lead through my heart, even in anger, in guilt, in self-sabotage, in judgment? How can I lead into my heart? And I'm feeling ancestor presence here. I don't know why. I'm feeling an old man's ancestor presence as I'm talking to you. And he's like, please pull the card. So we're going to pull some cards here on that note. So what cards do we have for the winter solstice? For our spirit, beautiful space. Ooh, okay. It's funny, it is a male because I got a male card. So we have shapeshifter, transform and unveil your gifts. Oh. We have the wolf. Woo, woo, woo. And we also have the hawk. The eagle, actually. The eagle. Eagle and the wolf. Ooh, and there's some serpent energy. So what this is really sharing with me is that we are rebirthing into our voice. And we're starting to see new perspectives with the eagle. We're starting to take a step back. And collectively, people are starting to see the truth now. So maybe before, the people that didn't see eye to eye and completely was like, you're crazy, I don't understand what you're saying here. Steph, maybe that's for you too. But now they're coming to you and they're saying a year from now, they didn't understand a word you were doing, the spiritual journey. They didn't understand this gift things. Felt judged. You were like all of this stuff. And now it's like the shapeshifter. Now you're like, I can bring my gifts into work. I can bring my gifts in my everyday life. I can bring my gifts into my cooking. I'm just like an energetic being, vessel of a light work walking. And you're starting to see that during this winter solstice. You know why? Because during the winter solstice, it's all about the moon, right? So we're tuning into our internal gifts. Internally, there's some deep gifts that some of you are unlocking deeper. And now it's time for you to activate your voice. And I'm so excited because I felt called today to do a light language transmission with you guys, which I will do in a bit. But I want to read this even deeper with you guys as I read your abundant blessings, everyone. Hello. The changes are full moon. Love it. Thanks for sharing, Courtney. Okay, Shapeshifter 68. Okay. So let your wild side up and out. Unleash your talents and your desires. So the she-wolf is a powerful shamanic soul who is half wolf, half woman. I love that because, oh, no, this is not the right one. Start over. Next one, not she-wolf. I was like, this sounds feminine. This is not the right one. So take your time to focus on developing your gifts and strengths. In the shamanic traditions, shapeshifter is either an animal or a capacity to change between species and shaman, and who have the capacity to transform into animal and into journeying. So some of you guys have been sharing in your comments lately, and I've been seeing it that you've been sharing a spirit animal or animal you're connecting with. And when these animals come into our meditations, try to connect with it where you can be the animal too. You can allow yourself to see, what is this animal teaching me? How can I shapeshift into the eye of the eagle or to tune into that space, right? So this can be very helpful. But a lot of you, this is a time to work on your gifts. You know, whether that is through sleepwalking, through the dream walker, because like what I like to call it when we tap into the dreams. I want to do more videos on that because that's definitely something that I am one of my gifts, but I don't share about it. And I want to talk more about that. So that's definitely me coming into that. So here it's really telling us when you shift into an animal form, you can see the world through different eyes and tap into the animal survival skills to help yourself in a particular situation. So when we're in a space of doubt, when we're in a space of guilt, especially during this time, there's lower serotonin, higher melatonin during this time. Tune into your gifts. Like, how can I call in a spirit animal today in the meditation to bring me into that strength that I need for today? You know? So I love that. I'm going to read the she-wolf in a second. Maybe it was meant for one of you guys. So yeah, the shapeshifter I'm really loving. Let me read the she-wolf quickly because I know some of you guys said you resonated with that. So she-wolf is shamanic soul, wolf and half woman. She's an alpha female who's not afraid to stand out into the crowd in the case of pack. So she is wild, unfiltered, and unfeathered. And she encourages you to not to trap into the limiting factors that weaker members of the pack may have, and those who are trying to hunt you down. So because you have the gifts that you understand. So I love this because there's a duality here. Let me try to find the card for you guys. The duality with the she-wolf is that through us transforming, some of you are fearing to be seen through your gifts. And in the winter solstice, it's about getting answers why that is. Could be karmically. You've been in the past life, whether you were a witch, maybe you were a healer, whatever you were, or maybe you were at a time where your soul has experienced not being able to provide those gifts in that time. And now it's like you're brought into this life to bring it in. I feel that 100%. I came back so many times as a healer. I was like, okay, you don't want me here? Burn me to the state, do this, do that. And I was like going on and on. And then at one point I got to this lifetime, this human shell I'm in, and they're like, now is your time. There's no way. Here's the she-wolf one for anyone who's resonating with that. Beautiful energy. Love that. So this kind of reminds me of the moon. I'm going to just read some of your comments. Oh my God. Yeah, I already did that. I dream of a lion 2 nights ago and looks like the female lioness feels it, but felt the male energy. Yeah. And I do believe that the feminine, even though some of us are more in our feminine or masculine, we do have that inside of us. Even if we're in a relationship where we're more feminine or masculine than our partner, we have that and we need to honor that too. So it's all about resetting our energetic balance with between the feminine and masculine as well. I pulled both of those cards yesterday doing a reading for myself. Oh my God. So usually I believe that if cards come out again, it's just like, are you getting the message? Hello, are you getting the message? So it's just like really tuning into what I just shared. I wonder what it means to be seeing a rabbit. Ooh, rabbits are good luck and abundance. So that's really good. And journeying. So yeah, I love that. Let's go into flexible. So I think this is just a quick message Spirit sharing here. Some of you guys are not being flexible with yourself in the sense of that. How do I explain it? I'm laughing because I'm hearing Spirit share. So in our days, we have schedules, right? And a lot of us are getting back into routine. But there's still this sense of uncertainty. It's like we're kind of scared, we're nervous, we're going back into the space, we're socialized. It's like, what's going on? But we have to be flexible that we can't attach ourselves to a plan or an outcome. So knowing that the winter solstice is about the reset of attachment. It's really what it is. All the patterns, every single card I've put, we've had 4 cards representing a spiritual awakening, representing that the attaching, what we attach means absolutely nothing. And it's time for you to face that and say what you're attaching means nothing. We have 5-5 right there, 5 of 55 of us. Change. There's the change you need. So what do you need to reset? What do you need to let go right now? Because let me tell you, a lot of you are not being flexible here. 1-9 new beginnings and the ending of which is a habit. There's a habit here that some of you guys need to let go. And I'm only a messenger. It's up to you at the end of the day. So teachability, open-mindedness, being adaptable without compromising what is important to you. So what I'm feeling, because I'm getting a lot of messages, is that for some of you guys, not compromising the job that you want to receive in the new year, because this is what you're seeing. Not compromising the type of house you want to buy because the market is off. Not compromising the type of person you want to bring into your life in the relationship because people on Tinder are just not having it for you. So when we compromise, we're ultimately putting the towel in. We're like, Spirit, don't give it to me. That's what we're saying. Compromising means ending the result of energetic fuel going to that specific thing. We're not only saying that we don't want to receive it, but we're also saying that we are not worthy of receiving it. That needs to change. So every single one of us, I'm going to say something very specific, and this might bring a pull on your heart. And when I heard this, it really, really felt good to me. Every single one of us was born worthy. Every single one of us. No matter if we had a family member or someone that told us otherwise. Every one of you were born 120% worthy. Okay? What made us not feel worthy is that we attached ourselves from what someone told us when we were younger. We attached ourselves to the things our ex relationships told us and called us to be. We attached ourselves to the voice of judgment, which is actually our own shadow, our ego, telling us that we are not worthy. So we need to be more flexible and understand that we cannot compromise our worthiness because you are 120% worthy, no matter what you see right now. And that's why this card, the shapeshifter, is teaching you that if you can shift into an animal, embody a goddess, a guardian that you feel called to or resonate during this day of the winter solstice, this will help you get that perspective. And it will be easier for you to detach from those old patterns and the feeling of compromising. Does that make sense? So I really hope that resonates with you. I'm going to read a little bit more, but I just felt like that was a really deep message. And I just felt so much love and warmth when I read that and felt that through coming through. So a tree's roots of solidly, let me reread that. A tree's roots are solidly planted in the ground, yet its branches can bend in a hurricane. Let that sink in. So it's planted in the ground, but its roots, the branches, no matter how windy it is going with the wind. It is trusting the process. Whereas a rigid structure, like a building, would come crashing down. There are trees in this earth that are older than so many of us, every single one of us. And we are just very new beings, new souls. And there's so much that we can learn with the earth energy. And that's why I'm so excited, guys. I know I mentioned to you guys, make sure you're on the email list on the full moon last Sunday. But honestly, I pushed it to the 26th of announcing this because this is becoming bigger than I thought. This is such a big opportunity. So if you're not on the email list, I linked it down below. Please sign yourself through. You will thank me later. This is something I've never offered. And this is something that will change your life. We're talking like the whole world. So down below, I don't need to say anything else. So when we are a tree, we're all trees. We move with the hurricane. We move through the changes. We're flexible. And I love that because we got the flexible card here, right? So we move with that. We allow our heart to move through the changes, the pain that we're experiencing, but everything here is still our heart. It's still unconditional love. We go through a hurricane, there's still love there. Our heart's still there. We can still make it. You're still here. Consider how the tree remains supple and secure when everything around it is in shambles. So when things are in shambles, when things are in change, what are some things you can start being grateful for today during the winter solstice? Because at the end of the day, you're fully guided. You're fine. You have so much money in your bank account. Why are you attaching yourself to it? That's me now. Tomorrow might be a completely different day. An hour from now can be completely different. Why do you choose to attach yourself and compromise what your worth is when you can be 120, 200% more worthy because you are born completely worthy? You are a tree in a hurricane that's still standing up. This is how you need to be now, willing to learn new things, teachable, malleable, and firmly grounded in who you are. Common sense is important, but so is open-mindedness. Some things don't need to make sense. You can just be like, I need to sell all my stuff today and move to like Guatemala right now. And it doesn't make sense. It's everything against what you've learned. But why do you care about that? Because you're attaching yourself from what you've learned when that means absolutely nothing. Because right now your frequency is saying, let's do this specific thing. It might not make any sense, but you might want to go into a complete different workspace. It might not make any sense, but it might mean that you want to go and date that person, or you want to break up with that person, or you want to be a friend with someone, or whoever. It might not make sense, but it doesn't need to make sense to the human mind. It needs to make sense to the energetic soul. When it makes sense to the energetic soul, there is eternal worthiness there. And you are not just only a tree in the hurricane, you become a whole planet, honey. So listen to that. Stay aware. At this time, others will be more flexible with you too. If you are rigid like a structure, like a building, a concrete building in New York, everyone's going to be rigid too, because they see it. They're going to reflect that same energy back to you. So ask yourself, how can I reset my energy during the winter solstice to allow myself to be more flexible so things can come with ease? I was telling a client the other day, I was like, you can spend like $20,000 like this and they're like, yeah, I can go shopping. I can do this. You get excited when you're talking about spending it. Why don't you have the same excitement when you're talking about paying your bills? Why don't you have the same excitement when you're talking about making money for your business? Why don't you have the same excitement when you're thinking about $70,000 salary for the job that you want? Why don't you have the same excitement when you are preparing yourself, giving yourself self-love so someone can see this, not only see this worth, be in your worth energy, be in your field, because you are an energetic match to them. We got to be more flexible. We cannot compromise our worthiness. You are 120% worthy. Take that home. I want you to write that affirmation in the comments. I'm 100% worthy. I am filled with worthiness. Period. That's it. There's nothing else to contribute to that. That is it. It is done. It is so. Nothing else I can share with that. Let me share some comments as I was channeling. I've been expelled, lots of deja vu lately, as well as I had dreams of lots of glitter and diamonds, abundance, shower in that love. Gail, I am worthy. Never want to lose myself again and compromise. Yes. Yes, my bank account does not determine my worth. Stop attaching. Our relationships is 100% perfectly healthy, but my daughter is in a psychologically abusive relationship. I've channeled that is this time she's finding the strength to leave. Amazing. So let's celebrate the fact that she's leaving and she's seeing her 120% worth. I love this. This makes me smile. It really does. Makes my heart smile. So I feel like there's more. How is everyone feeling? What's coming through for you as you're tuning into this? Let's take out a few more cards, and I think I'm gonna sign off. There's been this squirrel that's living near my home, and it's very playful, but it's a trickster. And I always see it every once in a while, and it's always reminding me to just laugh a little bit. And I just like, it's a treat. I call it the animal whisper. I have this tree that every animal loves, and I always see them, and I'm grateful that where I sit, I get to see them all the time. It's just so interesting, you know? So let's see if there's any other messages we have for the winter solstice. Oops. For our beautiful family. I love that. Thank you guys for affirming that. Anything else for our winter solstice here? Oh, my cards are flipping. Okay, let me focus on this one. Okay. So even though I'm at this point of the reading, some of you guys are still overthinking. Okay. You're like, but Shika, not. You got 444, 44, which is, I have an angel number video on that if you want to learn that and that's resonating with you. So let's go into this. There are two sides to this. Some of you need to think about how I can be more into my heart. Some of you need to think about, are you actually devoted in your relationships with yourself and those that you're focusing on right now? Are you being flexible? And are you thinking about right now during this day, how can I let go of compromising my worth? How can I tune and step into my worth instead? Okay. So I think this is something huge, and I'm excited to share this. Let me go into this for you guys. Strategy, being analytical and logical. The ability to reason and strategize is the focus now. Take things in face value and follow the logical path. So I'm going to read this a little bit more because there's some things that I want to, that's coming up that Spirit's like clarify with them because they're going to start to attach to that. Your calculations will prove to be correct. And for in that moment, there is no deeper meaning than just the obvious. Things are exactly what they seem, and you have all the information you need. Keep it simple, and you will win the game of life you're playing right now. I always tell people as humans in this human sausage like suit that we're in, that we really are just playing a game. Like being a human is a game. It's honestly like a video game if you think about it. And we decide to be in whatever games and play whatever things that we want. It's a playground. So the thinker is really playing into this space of like being intentional with what comes up in your mind, what worries, what scarcity, what lack of self-worth, what just like pains. And I think worries is the big thing that's coming up. Thinking of what worries come through. You won't even have to think about it. It'll just come through if there are any worries. And tuning into asking yourself, what am I attaching here? Go back to your younger self. Ask them the question of, is there anything we're worried about right now? Is there anything that's just not, you know, what are we thinking? What are we overthinking? Thank you so much, business service opportunities. Yeah, what are we thinking? You know, we're overthinking something, and some of you guys need to let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Okay. Clean it up. So, the quickest way of sharing this time is a time of resetting. So, this is a great time during the winter solstice. I just donated 2 garbage bags of clothes that I've attached myself because I don't want to accept my body. So that really connected us to my new video that I talked about how to manifest weight loss is attachment. We actually lose more weight if we don't attach ourselves. And I've lost more weight since releasing those clothes because I'm not attaching myself to it, but I'm prioritizing it on an energetic level as well. So, what do you have to clean up? What do you need to reset today in the winter solstice? Because Spirit can't come with you with a big box present, expedited at the door, and you're like, oh, I got all these old things here. I need to like clean it up and sort it out. Spirit's like, oh, we'll just come back. You're like, no, 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 like stay, stay, stay. And then we bring this desperation. And Spirit's like, okay, well, I guess we'll just rush and give you something that you didn't want to manifest because you don't have space. Here's this like small box thing. And maybe we'll come back to return it. Maybe we'll come back and take it back from you. My phone's at 44%. Yeah, 100%. Appreciate the energy of this chat. Been struggling to accept the things that I need to change. I'll stay feeling stuck. And why go into a new year with that way? 100%. A lot older than you and been doing the spiritual work for 40 years. I wanted to share that 30 years ago, there were major shifts towards the spiritualism, and this happening again now. Amazing. Thanks for sharing that. Up my emails right now. Something's told me. Mr. Smart Small. I love it. Okay, so let's go into this one, which is 21. 21's an interesting year to hold space for. So let's see what's here. Getting to the core of a situation, freedom from the burden and cleaning house, sweeping away what no longer serves you. Get rid of your exes, notes, cards that you don't need. Get rid of the things that remind you of the worries in the sense of like not avoidance, because we're not spiritually bypassing here, but more of like what things are just in your home that you just don't use and get rid of it. We got to get rid of it starting now until the end of this year. So I know for me, one of my intentions is I want to get rid of more clothes out of my closet. And I had this dream the other day, and this might resonate into sharing this message, where I just woke up and I told my partner, we're getting rid of everything. I got rid of all my stuff. And they came to the house and they were like, where are all your stuff? And I was like, I got rid of it. It's showing that there's detachment that needs to happen for all of us here. Okay. So I really, really think that resonates. And it's funny, I'm on my way to Salvation Army to get rid of a bunch of clothes. Yes, you're already listening. Love it, Virgo Bliss. Is it possible to manifest higher and more abundant things from the get-go? Or is it true that you should step by step? You need to get rid of all the stuff that you currently have attached to that and allow yourself to work on your frequency. So right now, today is not about manifesting. Winter solstice is not about manifestation. Winter solstice is about cleansing, purifying, getting your house cleaned up for all the new things. We're going into a new home. It's almost like we're moving to a newer, higher vibrational house. The house you're in right now is nice. It's great. But do you want to attach yourself? No, no, no. We're moving to another neighborhood. We're moving to a higher frequency space. But again, it's always choice. You can just say, oh, well, I'll just move next year. It's fine. I'll just stay in this place that doesn't feel aligned for another year. Sure. will just not manifest it for you. So it's about clearing and cleansing during this time. I was literally going to write in my journal, listening to your old videos of the angel number 1212, and I just subbed. Welcome. All the new subs, welcome. If you're a new sub, put a rainbow emoji. And if you haven't liked the video, please do. It does help the channel a lot. Like it, share it with some friends. Share it on Instagram if you feel called to, and tag me. It helps more people know what to do for the solace. Okay, let's do one more of these cards, and then we'll do some affirmations for you guys, and I think we're good. Okay, so what are some other messages from ancestors and spirit? If you haven't checked out my video on the top things to know for this winter solstice, go check it out. I love this card. Just reading your comments. It's always feeling settle. If something's small and big, it stuff feels far away. It is impossible. So this is the thing with the winter solstice. For you to receive something into your life, you need to be an energetic match, period. If you want something so much, but you're not an energetic match, it will not come to you. That is something I have to share with every person. You can manifest anything you want. The quantum is internal. But if you are just like wanting the money, it's almost like, this is something I talk about worth, and I'm going to share it with people. If someone has a service that they're providing as a light worker, healer, energy healer, teacher, nurse, whatever you do as your service in this world, even if you have a trades job, whatever it is, it's a service. You're holding your energy there. And you want to increase your price, right? But you haven't energetically matched that price yet. It's going to feel nervous when you share with people. If you want to make $10,000 and you're like, I want to make like $10,000 a month. Like, I think I want to. I don't know. Maybe the energy is different than being like, I'm going to make $10,000 every single day. The energy is completely different. So you need to allow yourself to be an energetic match. If you're like, I guess I want a relationship, like maybe, I don't know. Or if you're like, the person that I'm going to be with and my soulmate, they are going to be so lucky. And I cannot wait to spend memories with them and for us to travel the world and have kids together. It's going to be amazing. When I say that with that energy, it's coming from the heart. So again, loyal heart, focusing on that. Okay? When we focus on the attachment of scarcity, failure, fear, you receive it. Even if you just think, you'll receive it. You talk about everything that's not going for you, you will receive it. Maybe that's something that maybe some of you are like, oh, it's not what I wanted to hear. It's not what we wanted to hear, but it will sit with you when the time is right. Maybe you'll need a few minutes. Maybe you have to rewatch this video, whatever it is, listen to it, tune into it. It's going to help. But right now, Spirit's really saying, you got to listen. You got to listen. We got to listen. Okay? So I'm happy it resonated with a lot of you guys. So the last card from our ancestors we have is the Shaolin Master. Be grateful in movement and action. So we have to be graceful with ease with what we want. And when we force things to happen because it's the end of the year and I need to get this stuff done and blah, 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 when we force it to happen, it won't happen. It's like if we know that we're late for something, and I'm going to show the card for you guys. And I'm going to actually share a little bit more about the information here. But if you're late for something and you're like, I'm late, and you're running around the house, you're trying to find your socks, you're trying to find your wallet, you're trying to find your phone, running around the house is not going to help. If anything, it might even make you more late because now you're worried. You're so caught up by the fact that you're late and now you're just rushing more. It's not going to help you. It's just going to make you stressed, anxious, and then you have that lingering throughout your day. So be in more grace today. be in more space of grace and just like surrender and ease. Because if you can do that, trust me, you're going to come back and you're going to be like, whoa, it's so much easier to like get work done. It's so much easier to get clients. It's so much easier to like get people to date. It's so much easier to socialize with people. I'm more open. My energy is like better. It's because your emotional energy is like, it's there. That's why I said focus on your moon sign. So I want to read this one. And the first I'm going to see is this circle here represents the yin and the yang. And we're resetting our feminine and masculine during the winter solstice. So what are you resetting right now? Are you resetting control in your life? Are you resetting the ease? What are you resetting? Because that is your light force energy right there. That is your energetic like soul, what it fuels your soul here. Okay. Let's read this one because I really like this card. I'm reading your comments. So why if I have all the artwork and that is older work of mine, but it's too expensive for people to know? So there's the problem. Why is it too expensive? So you need to work on the worthiness here. I am so excited for what I'm sharing with you guys. And I have a little surprise I'm going to share with you guys because it came through and Spirit's like, share it with them. So we're going to share this after the light language transmission, but I'm going to just do this first. Thank you for sharing that. So incredibly true in the generational programming. I had to do a lot of work in my 20s, 30s, and letting go of it all. Numerous family on the maternal side are narcissistic and need emotional damage. But knowing that the work that you're doing right now is really changing the tides for the energy field, changing the tides for your whole lineage, as you know, I'm sure you know. But it's that work is powerful. There's nothing that compare. When I got into energy work, it expedited my healing, expedited my life fully. I was doing therapy for years, 4 years, constantly after the traumas happened in my life. And when I detached myself from it, reprogrammed my mind, lots of things changed, more so in such a short period of time. So we're all about resetting so we can get ready to reprogram for the new year. Show slow and steady, breathe and flow. Take a gentler approach. So the Shaolin master is all about calls the ninja within. Shaolin medicine is about learning to adapt to the situation, to tap into the energy running through your body and preserve it in the order of to release it at the right moment. Right now is not the moment to release your energy to manifestation. It's all about resetting it so you can heighten your vibration and you're like, now is the time. Now is the time for my art is being sold. Wow, what happened? You changed your energy and that transmuted into your art. It also teaches subtly because you are all about making sure you're not as forceful. Just summarizing it, it's talking about making sure that you really do not put too much energy out and allowing yourself to be supportive so that you can be prepared for that moment when your energy needs to come through. The Shaolin master is like a monk, has respect for all things, including the people who disagree with you, including the people who challenge you, including the things that are ending in your life and changing. You have respect for it. You might not agree with it, but you fully respect it and you fully feel that it aligns with you. And right now might not be the time that you see that right now, but you're with it, you're letting it sit, you're not attaching yourself, and you're saying, what is the lesson here? How can I be more in my heart? He is disciplined and guided by art and will never use it to impress the foolish and to appear stronger than someone that is threatening him. It's ironic that I believe it was adept at adapting when you asked about your art, saying that it's not selling right now, right? And now it's talking about no matter how beautiful our art, how amazing our energy, you don't need to convince anyone that. The person who's energetically meant is meant. So that's why even for me, when I have my mentoring program, I chat with someone and people will be like, oh, well, I can't afford it right now. I can't do blah, blah, blah. And I will honestly just be like, okay, they're not an energetic match to work with me just yet. And that's okay. I don't go into convincing. I don't do any of that. It's funny because even when I worked in as a director in marketing before going into this healing and working in PR and that world that has so much vein in it, it does. There is a lot of vein. There's a lot of ego in that world. People will always say, Shika, how do you get so many clients? And I'm like, I don't I don't sell them. I don't need to. It's either we align energetically and I want to work with you and I'm excited to work with you, or it's not. So right now it's all about understanding that there's no hierarchy. There's no hierarchy. Even if right now everyone in your life doesn't agree with your way of life or your spiritual journey or the things that are going on in the world, it's all about in the collective. How can I still be in my heart and still take that hate and bring love, and still take that anger and bring love, and still take that judgment and bring love, and still take the money blocks and bring love? Everything that comes to me, I'm pulling that love in. I don't need to convince anyone. I'm 100% worthy. We said that before. And that's why I always say affirmations only work if you align here. Light language only works if I'm in my heart. If we're not aligned in our heart, it means nothing. When I notice that I cannot hold space for someone, I take a step back. I need to focus on my energy. If I couldn't do this live, I wouldn't be here. If something is changing in your life, if something's coming from scarcity, if something is not aligning, it's because we need to come back here. We need to allow ourselves, and I'm going to read it again because it really is sitting home for me and for everyone here. He is disciplined and guided to his art and will never use it to impress the foolish or to appear stronger than anyone who is threatening him. You too are being invited to remain graceful in your movement, choices, and actions. No convincing here. You just are, and it is. That's simple. You don't get many clients, well, maybe that's a call that you need to focus on your energy and spirits, like you need to take some more time for you. You don't get the love of your life, your twin flame and you don't get back together, well, maybe that's a sign that you need to be more flexible and there's something you're compromising within yourself and you need to come back to self to be at that frequency of whatever is meant to align and whatever is. You can receive that with love. The fates are what it is. Everything that is happening in this current moment and what is happening up to this moment is exactly what it's meant to. And we drew that. We decided that pattern for ourselves. Even the parts of our shadow that hurt us, we still attract it because it's so interesting how that holds. And there's so many frequencies that have been coming up on trauma as well. And I'm really excited, guys. Like I said, if you haven't added yourself to the email list for the invisible opportunity that's only given access to people on the email list, please add yourself because you won't regret it. There's some deep medicine that I'm getting and receiving here that will come through deeper through that space, that portal. Okay. Let's do a little activity. I feel like there's a lot of intense energy. Okay. So let's just take our hands like this. Take a deep breath in, close your eyes. Breathe again. Breathe again. Breathe again. Hold it. Bring your hands in fists. Tighten your whole breath, your whole body, holding your breath. And let it go. Open the arms. Bring the arms up a little bit more. Take a deep breath in. 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 Hold it. Put your hands into fists. Tighten your whole body. And exhale and release. Warm your hands. Rub them, keeping your eyes closed. Bringing them over your eyes. Just feeling the warmth of your hands. Breathing deeply here. Rubbing your hands again. Bringing them to your heart or wherever you feel called to, and just feeling this warm energy. Breathing gently. And just continuing to breathe. And I just want you to feel your heart opening up. And I'm going to do a transmission for you here. I feel called to hold it here for you. I just want you to listen and just see what feels good. Let your body react the way that it needs to. Chonana kila kota si talalolo te balalan makoto si bata yo te la sato saku. Shamana ni don skalale tu sapa mina la koshalele ku la nida so. Chamana se fufo chila la kota si fusha la via la koto se bucha. Sokole la matyasia si koshe fa susu la matakasi kosha. So mashela dus kalalili shuna makata se kusho. Yamananina so via katari buai. Uja buda la kati samana ku sebe. Shimumata kuse tata sina makato shoy. Mocho kisa u safashi. Yamanakate sekota shoto si semenekocha la kote. Yamanakata sinamone shalamone. Yamota se fura shevu. Kirakose funa she fura iyo. Dona se volokota shamanani na no kuti semena. Yamana kota leli sona mashera koto semana kochero. Patatita koso mama chala kote simo ya ishuai. Mulai takasoe sa o sharaki wasado to sitbo. Yomandana sira kochore fo sote. Yuman vivo ya shepalo huska. Sho simana koche mauia. Imoko sabush kamaleka nesita momaiki de la copa. Chua si vous valete soavi chipakote shimanafu suva shi. Breathing into your heart, just receiving, letting the energies just sit into the body, and just feeling that. Bringing your hands facing down on your lap. Let's just take some deep breaths together. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Deep breath in. Let it go. And just opening your eyes when you're ready. Beautiful. How did that feel? How are you feeling after this transmission? A lot of releasing I felt. Deep releasing. Drink some water after. If you feel phlegm, spitting that out of the body after that transmission. Ooh, breathing, still being conscious of your breath. 8-8, abundance. I see that number. It's for us. Honor it. Bring it in. Energy, we're holding it. Energy is electrical. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for receiving. Oh, beautiful energy. I love it. I'm going to put some essences here because I'm feeling called to put some frankincense. It's ending some abundance in our energy. What else do we have here? While you were awakening in the language, I started to cry, felt goosebumps, beautiful. It's unlocking. Felt aloud. I have a good saw, beautiful. Yeah, I felt a lot of release in the heart. It's beautiful. Amazing. Let me just this here. Beautiful. Okay, so with that, let's end here with our affirmations. If you guys just joined in, you can see the rewatch. It'll still be up on my channel for you as But let's end with some affirmations as you share how you've been feeling, been emotional today. Yes, I know it's a releasing day, it's a resetting day. Things are going to come up, loves. And if you feel called, go check out the top things to do for the winter solstice. I have that video up for you. And if you feel called to even refresh on the things to know for this full moon that passed, it might help a little bit join the 2 lessons there. I also have a meditation for the full moon that the energy is still quite strong. It's 3 days after. So you can go and do that. And I do a light language transmission there for you, loves. I cried a lot and I heard you told me your mother is here, and I just asked for her because she passed away. Oh, I felt that. I felt a lot of grandmother energy as I was channeling, so that's beautiful. I love that. My womb just smiled. So thank you for sharing that. Okay, there's more cards, I feel. Oh, I'm sure she is with you, loves. Okay. So we have some 3 cards, a lot of third eye. So I feel like a lot of you will get some channeled messages in this time of rest. When our guards are down, spirit comes to come in even deeper with us. So keep that in mind. Discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. So again, going back to that 100% worthiness, 120%, 200%, we are all worthy. It's what we attach ourselves that don't allow us to hold that discipline that we can accomplish whatever we want. Allow yourself to be committed to the fates of what is occurring, what is right now, what is, and being with that. Perseverance. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. 100%. You are an abundant being. Felt grandmother energy as well. Yes, I love that. Yeah, same with flexible, consistent in showing it. Oh, me too. My mother 4 years ago. Wow. Yeah, favorite is frankincense. I love it. Yeah, I'm burning it right now, so you guys might be feeling the energy. And it's going crazy. There's a lot of ancestors in the space, a lot of spirits. Honesty. So I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. Yes, honesty. Be honest with yourself. You will receive that same honesty in your clarity of your relationships and so much more. So, woo, how are you feeling? This was a beautiful reading. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I felt like my throat just altered there because there's a lot. I'm going to close the space. So we're just going to take a deep breath in, closing our eyes before we come into a close. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Just giving gratitude for all the ancestors, guides, guardians, spirit animals that came into this space during this beautiful reading for the winter solstice. We thank you for your guidance and allowing me to be a vessel for these messages. Aho and all your relations. We thank you for the 4 directions, the north, south, east, and west, for all of your directions, allowing us to bring in this unity of all of us, all across all dimensions and all across this earth and beyond other spaces of these dimensions as well. Aho in all our relations. Calling in the 4 elements, earth, air, water, and fire. We thank you for your elements as you've weaved through the space and allowed us to hear the whispers, allowed us to ignite the worthiness of ourselves, allowed us to cleanse and allow the tears of our eyes to release what no longer serves us and to grieve what is no longer ours. Grounding us, allowing us to feel the grandmother energy that has entered into the space, as well as the masculine that holds us, allowing us to trust and to be in this flexible space. Aho in all our relations. We thank you for being here. We thank you for all that is here, and I guide you and I support you through everything. We close this portal here, and we thank you. Aho in all our relations. And as now, the portal is now closed. Beautiful. I hope you enjoyed that. That was beautiful. Felt this so much. I said so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. What a beautiful journey. Please make sure you thumbs up, like, comment, share more down in the comments, converse with each other, what's coming up for you. And also don't forget to add yourself to the email list. If you feel called to go deeper with me, I do my one-on-one mentoring that's down below if you feel called. but please add yourself to that email list because you'll thank me later. Trust me. Love you all. See you soon. Bye. Happy Winter Solstice.